So you want to know what $500,000 gets you here in the beautiful city of Gilbert, Arizona. So in this video today, I will walk you through 3 different properties that as of today are in the about $475,000 to $500,000 range here in the beautiful suburb of Gilbert, Arizona. So like I said, walk through 3 different properties for you today. That way you can just kind of get a feel for what $500,000 gets you here in Gilbert. Now, yes, you can go online and look at photos, but it is just nice to show you guys around, walking through the houses, walk you through what I think, and that way you can just kind of get a feel for your research of what $500,000 gets you here in Gilbert. So without further ado, let's get started in our first house. All right, so our first neighborhood, honestly, we're only about 1.5 miles to 2 miles away from downtown Gilbert. And if you've never seen what downtown Gilbert looks like, go check out our Gilbert vlog. Just kind of gives an overview of what downtown has to offer. But this part of Gilbert is actually really, really sought after. You're really close to the islands. It's a master plan community. They got little, islands. They got little waterways there, so you can live on the water. You can catch and release and fish. So if that's a big point to you, that neighborhood is right next door. We're in like its little sister neighborhood over here right now. So one really nice thing is that you are really close to 2 different golf courses, and you're close to downtown. You're close to Cocopelli. Honestly, would not recommend playing there. It's overpriced, and I don't think the condition's very good. Decent practice facility, so if you like to practice, this is probably going to be a good area for you. But then Western Skies is actually just down the street too. Really solid public course. Usually ranges like in the winter time, probably like $75 to $80. So all things considered, it's really not that bad. But overall, as you can see, this is a very, very standard Gilbert neighborhood. HOAs are going to be around $80 range per month. Most of them don't come with a community pool. This is just, common area maintenance. They have a couple parks and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get into our first house. So this one's about 1,800 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms. It's got like a little den. But the nice thing is that it does have a pool. If you check out our Chandler $500,000 video, your dollar goes a little bit further here in Gilbert. The average home price is it's gone down a little bit, so it's about $570 right now. So this will give you a really good idea on, if you want a pool, of kind of what your budget will be if you want $500,000 in Gilbert. Realistically, of what most buyers want, a little bit more move-in ready, not on a major road, which this one is. It's gonna be at the $600,000 range. So check out our next video for that. But without further ado, let's pop into our first house. All right, so like I mentioned, honestly, this one is definitely much better than its next door neighbor in Chandler. So right when you walk in, like I said, you got this like little nook or dining room, or I don't know how else to kind of better describe it. But what is really nice with this property is it's pretty much move-in ready. Not too terrible of upgrades. Probably honestly, if this was my house, one of the first things that I would do is I would change the paint color. I don't know how much you can see in the video, but it's like kind of like a mustard yellow-ish. It's definitely not the best. But really nice, honestly, really nice open concept. Again, right when you walk in, you have like the main living room area here. I don't know what I would use that area for. Maybe like wall it off and put like an office or something. But it is nice that you could have like a formal, dining area here. And then honestly, you could have like another eat-in kitchen here. So a lot of options with at least this floor plan right when you walk in. They've done a decent job with the kitchen. Granite-ish countertops. It's not actually granite, it's just like a little overlay. So not terrible, especially compared to its next door neighbor in Chandler. Again, a little bit smaller cabinets, outdated appliances. Now, let's check out once we walk in here through the garage. So again, you can see, especially if you've watched some of our other videos, there's just really not any storage in any of these houses. So here, I would take this stuff out so that you could get 2 cars in here. And another thing, this property has a little bit outdated water heater as well. And we'll pop outside here in a sec, but I like the floor plan. I like that it's open. I don't know what I would do with that little guest room, but you got all 3 bedrooms on one side of the house. And so right here, this would be washer dryer room. It is kind of nice that they have these shelves. But a little bit, decent sized bedrooms, honestly. It's nice that you got a ceiling fan. The carpet's actually pretty good. And a decent sized closet, especially compared, again, if you go watch our $500,000 in Chandler, this one is definitely better in terms of value. But you got a little linen closet, and then same thing, you got a little linen closet as well. Bathroom's not terrible, nothing crazy. But it's nice that you get a little window. I mean, they updated the shower. They tiled it. That's definitely a nice plus. But then you got one other bedroom. This one's a little tighter. Maybe like a guest room or little kids room. I mean, it's just a little bit smaller. It's really narrow, honestly. The depth is good, but it's just kind of narrow. But then if we make our way back through the primary, it is nice that it has the vaulted ceilings. And I don't know how much you can see from the video. It is cool that you do get, that's not going through with the lighting, but you do have a view of the pool in the backyard. But decent size, nothing crazy. It is interesting that the switch is over here and one of them doesn't work. But you do get, you know, 2 dual vanity sinks. They did a good job with the shower. And then if you're going to the bathroom, you're just staring at the shower, which is a little interesting. It is nice. You get, you know, 2 closets. Guys, this would basically be not yours. And then there's another closet in there as well. So here, let's see if you can get, there we go. There's a good view of the outside. So you get a pool. The backyard's really nice. It does back up against Warner, so a major street. All right, so then as we make our way back to the backyard, I'm sure you can hear the roar. I'm wearing a microphone, so I might tune it out a little bit, but that is Warner. You know, that is a major street. So, you know, for some people it doesn't matter. Like for me, maybe here's just a little bit of storage. You know, if I was living here, I don't know if I would consider that. I mean, it's not terrible, to be honest. You know, if you get, I always tell people, if you get like a fountain, like I'd get maybe like a water feature or something by the pool, and then have like a little fountain, maybe like there, or like have it, you know, have like some running water right when you walk out, because it does help tune out some of the noise, but it is a little bit of a nuisance. But here's a good, I mean, the pool is super nice. And again, so this house is $500,000, basically $495 right now. It's not terrible. So to be honest, I really wasn't that impressed, to be honest. I like the floor plan, how it kind of flows. It's kind of open. I don't know what I would do with that little nook room. But in my opinion, this house is definitely overpriced, just between the updates and, you know, a decent amount of work inside. It's not terrible, right? It's not terrible, especially your opinion might be vastly different than mine. But for $500,000, you know, living on a major street, I definitely think that the price, probably at like $470, is probably what this will, I would guess this would close at. You know, some of the carpeting, decent, fresh paint everywhere, and, you know, new appliances as well. And something to think about, you know, like the water heater, you know, all of like the appliances, I would get new, you know, personally. I'm sure my wife would want new as well. But even like some of like the door handles and outlets and stuff like that. So a lot of work there. But, you know, a good idea for what, $500,000, right? If you want a pool, the house probably is going to need a little bit of work. I have somebody shopping right now in that kind of area, right? They want a pool, but they want to be around 500. So market's a little slim, but, you know, the higher you go, the more options there are. So that's it for this first one. You know, again, overall about the neighborhood, this area, it's super quiet. You know, I'm standing out here, it's the middle of the day. There's nobody outside of the major road behind us. But again, you're really close to 2 golf courses in downtown Gilbert. So if you like, and even like Santan, one of the other malls down here, it's only like 10 to 15 minutes. Really good school districts in this neighborhood as well. So the neighborhood's awesome. I would highly recommend like around the Islands area. This particular house, definitely not for that price. So I'll show you just about 30 to 45 seconds about what this neighborhood looks like. That's, again, you can just kind of get a feel for, you know, neighborhood and everything else of what it looks like here. And then we'll head over to our second property as well. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we are here at our second stop. This is called the Bungalows at Cooley Station. Kind of a cool little name. But reason I wanted to show you guys this property is because we're starting to see a lot of these types of properties here in like the southeast part of Gilbert. So Gilbert, they started doing these master plan communities where they'll have like all different kinds of living options. So, you know, within like Power Ranch, or we're in Cooley Station right here over by the Santan Village. You know, they build everything. They build like these more like targeted starter homes, right? And then they, you know, they also have $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, $1 million homes in this like housing development. But it is really cool. They do a really good job of, you know, they have like a little splash pad, they have like a community pool. You know, some of them, this one doesn't, but some have like a rec center. So it's more of like a community feel. But again, we're really starting to see a lot of these types of houses, you know, where like shared driveways and stuff like that here in Gilbert. So before we take a look into our next property, guys, if you like this video so far, make sure you hit the like button, comment down below. I want to know your thoughts about house number 1, as well as this neighborhood and just the whole rest of the video. But if you're new to the channel, guys, in this channel we cover everything there is to know about moving to Phoenix, Arizona, as well as living your best life. And normally it's nice and sunny down here in Phoenix, but not today. We got a little cloud cover. So guys, my name is Eric. I work for eXp Realty as a licensed real estate agent, and I get calls and texts from people just like you that are thinking about making their move and just want to explore what moving to Phoenix, Arizona is like. So if that's you and you need help and assistance with your move, guys, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is down, and we'd love to help you make your move as smooth as possible, guys. So like I said, let's pop into our second house. Now the inside is really, really cool. However, the outside is so strange. So like if you had people come over, for example, like even when I got here, I was like, where's the front door? So like, as you can see, there's nothing here. And it is like, it literally, you know, most of your other neighbors, they have like 2 stories and like the front door is there. But like for this particular property, so like I parked, again, if you had like friends come over, right? I parked over there, and then I come to this side of the house and I'm still like, where are we supposed to go? So I'll flip my camera and I'll show you where, if you had friends over, where they would come. So this is the way that you make your way to like the front door from where I parked. So like this is the side area, right? Which again, it's just a little interesting because like this is literally your neighbor's house. But again, this is very, very common of what we've started to see here in, so this is the house that we're going in, but little patio here. But again, like your neighbor's is right there. So it's just a little interesting. So anyway, so then you gotta go, again, if you had friends over, you could have them go through the back, but like for the front door, you'd have to just walk through, you know? So again, it's very, very interesting. There's the front door. It is nice. So like, this is just like the neighborhood, right? Just kind of a very, very quiet street. But again, it's just very interesting about where and like how they have this house situated. Very unique. Now, on the bright side, the house is absolutely beautiful, absolutely stunning. You're probably, in terms of value, you're not gonna probably find a better, you know, higher quality house for $500,000 than something like this. So right when you walk in, you have, you know, again, tile floors all throughout. You got good storage, little closet, updated. I mean, everything's updated. You know, it's super, super nice. It even smells like a brand new house. It's really nice. You got 10-foot ceilings in here. Good sized closet. So the inside of the house is spectacular. Like, there's no doubt about it. I mean, literally even out here, you have like 11-foot ceilings. We'll get there in a sec. But, you know, good sized rooms. You got ceiling fans. It's just so nice of how tall the ceilings are. And I absolutely love these floors. We're starting to see them everywhere down here in Phoenix, and they are so nice. But a really good look at the kitchen. I mean, look how big the island is. You could have seating on the island. You got 42-inch cabinets. That's a premium. I really like the dark colors too. It's kind of different than what we normally see here in Phoenix. You got gas stove, which is nice. But look how much storage there is in this kitchen. You get a little bit of a pantry, and then it looks out over a nice, tall, huge open concept. And so where I came in, where like if you had friends or family come in through the front door, that's the patio right there. Now, one nice thing, like, yes, your neighbor is right next to you, but at least like there's no like major windows. But again, it's just kind of, it's just very interesting. As we make our way kind of through the back of the house, right when you walk in, again, like this house is spectacular. There's no doubt about it. It's just the layout. The layout is so interesting of like how you have your neighbor right next to you. But again, like I said, like in terms of value of like updates and everything like that, this house is probably going to be the best bet. It's about 1,700 square feet, so a little bit smaller than the last, but it makes it feel so much bigger with how tall the ceilings are. It is nice. You have his and her sinks, and then you also have like this little counter as well. You could put like a mirror there, and then you could have like a makeup counter or something like that. Really, really nice tiled shower, and then the toilet back there. So again, this house, like the house itself, is spectacular. There's absolutely no doubt about it. It's just the layout's just a little different. But you got some additional storage. I don't know what you would kind of use this, like a little powder room, I guess. And then the washer dryer room as well. But this garage right here is a perfect example about how small garages in Phoenix typically are. So like, it's just so tight. Like there's literally no extra storage, cabinets or anything. It is nice to have a water softener, there we go, and then a water heater as well. So here's just a better look about what, you know, most of these properties look like right when you walk in. So like if you came through the garage every day, honestly, it would be great, you know? Just a little interesting. So I'm curious to see what, comment down below, guys. I want to hear what your thoughts are of this property. So I'm curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are. Again, the Cooley Station neighborhood is really nice. I highly recommend trying to get into this area. You have like Topgolf, and honestly guys, if you haven't checked out our Gilbert map video, we literally walk through exactly where to live in Gilbert and where all the big amenities are. So this part of town is really nice. There's literally a grocery store 2 minutes from here. I used to live catty corner here for about a year. The location was super nice, just a little bit far from us. But yeah, guys, comment down below. I really want to hear your thoughts about what you think about like this type of neighborhood, and if this is something that you could see yourself living in. But again, for like more, call them like starter homes, this is very typical of what we see here in Gilbert. So, and you know guys, the nice thing too, if this is a starter home, or if this is your home for 7 years, guys, use that, build the equity, and then you can go take that equity and go into a family house. You know, you don't have to live something like this or a community like this forever. So it's just a foundation and a building block, right? So guys, I'll check out next like 30-45 seconds of this video. I will just show you kind of more around this particular complex, and then we'll finish off at our third and final spot, honestly not too far from here. So stay tuned. All right, guys, we are at our third and final stop. This is just about probably like 7 minutes just south of where we just were up in like Cooley Station. Still kind of part of it, but this is technically Santan Ranch now. Still in Gilbert, which is very confusing because then you have the Santan Village, which is the mall, and then Santan Valley, which is city not too far from here. So a little confusing, but this neighborhood, again, it's super nice. Honestly, guys, pretty much every neighborhood in Gilbert is going to be really nice. Like everything is, you know, well kept. There is a majority of HOA, so if you're looking for a new house with an HOA, definitely probably not going to find that in Gilbert. The HOA here, you know, it covers like playgrounds, no community pool, but they do have, you know, like a ton of green space, and they do have some pickleball courts too, which is kind of cool. I know that's blowing up here in Phoenix, and I'm sure it's doing the same in your town too. But again, the nice thing with Gilbert is that property taxes are so low. Like this is a 1,600 square foot house. This one's priced $470, so 1,600, 3 bedrooms. The taxes for the entire year are only about $1,600. So really affordable property taxes. Again, if you watch my other videos, we have a house in Nebraska, and our property taxes for about a 1,500 square house built in 1950 is about like $3,500. So really expensive, all things considered. So let's tour this property, and then I'll show you around this neighborhood as well. So as you can see, you know, definitely a much bigger size lot. The lot itself is about 6,000 square feet. This house is kind of cool how it has a little heart, you know, kind of a little welcome home. I think this is going to be the one that I choose out of the three. What I really look for, especially in a house, is, you know, are the big things taken care of? Like they just redid these floors. These floors are awesome. They're like the wide wood look like tile. But so you have this like little front room right when you walk in. You can probably hear a good size echo in my microphone. But you have nice tall ceilings. Honestly, what a lot of people do in here, it's hard in a vacant house. I've seen like separate living rooms, I've seen dining rooms, I've seen like game rooms. So a bunch of different stuff that you could do in here. But then it opens up, and this is one of my favorite parts about this house actually, is A, like this room is just so big. But B, like the kitchen's a little outdated, but not terrible. You know, here's a little bit better look. Like you could go in, if you painted these cabinets and got new countertops, especially like new appliances as well, that would completely change this house. And again, this is $470,000. I think this is a really good deal, especially down here. Gilbert's just so popular. There's virtually no crime here. Here, we can take a look at this little pantry while we're here. So again, like, there's just so much storage. Look at this, it's crazy. But you know, Gilbert, they have the best school districts down here. There's virtually no crime. You got a full laundry room. There we go. I lost my words. But yeah, you know, like, it's just such a sought after place to live because of those reasons. And like, the neighborhoods are super nice. They're really quiet. We really enjoyed our time here. Just a little too far. But anyway, so we have the primary right there. We'll take a look on this side first. So you got 2 bedrooms. Again, not totally uncommon. You do see some split floor plans, but again, a little bit outdated bathroom, which I really like. I think there's a ton of value add opportunity here over time, right? Because it does add up, but there's a lot that you could do. A little bit smaller room than the last 2. It's probably hard to see on camera, honestly, but a little bit smaller closet too. But again, this house is almost 200 square feet smaller than the last 2, so it's got to sacrifice somewhere. But again, just a little bit tighter rooms. I mean, you could still get a queen and a dresser in here. It would just be a little bit tight. Is there? All right. They do have a drawer there. Just some additional storage. Always a plus. But yeah, I love these floors. And I really like carpet in the bedrooms too. Curious to know what you guys think. But then, this is the primary. Again, you have 8-foot ceilings. I always like to point out this like little bay window. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it really does add some dimension to the room and add some character to the room, and it just adds some overall space. So again, here's another look at that. Again, it doesn't probably look like much on camera, but in person it definitely makes a big difference. Decent sized closet. Plenty of storage in there. It smells good in there, actually, surprisingly. And then again, I just think there's so much potential for the entire house, and especially at a little bit lower price point, there's definitely a lot of value add opportunities here. Just a matter, it all depends on what you want, what you're looking for. But then as we make our way out to the backyard, what I really like too about this backyard is it's really quiet. Yes, you do have neighbors all around you. You got like this little covered patio. It's probably hard to see with the clouds and the light. But you have a good sized backyard here. There's a bunch of different stuff that you could do. You could put, like turf over here. You could keep it as is. Just another look back. And like, even look how much storage there is down here. There's just plenty of room. So if you checked out our Chandler video, you know why these windows are dark. These are sunscreens and sunshade sunscreens. They honestly make a huge difference. We put it on our house in the middle of summer this year, and it really does make a big difference. It saves on electricity, keeps your house a little bit more private, and honestly, it's very nice. I highly recommend. So guys, that wraps it up for our 3 tours, and stay tuned for the next 30-45 seconds. I'll just show you exactly of what $500,000 gets you in this particular neighborhood, right? So I'll just show you, more of what this neighborhood has to offer, some of the houses and parks and all that good stuff. So guys, comment down below. I want to know what your thoughts are, of the 3 houses that we've toured. This was actually really good. I'm going to pat myself on the back. This is a really good description and, showing about what, the variety that Gilbert has to offer. And then the best part about Gilbert, it's a little bit lower priced than its neighbor to the west in Chandler. So again, this would definitely be my pick. I love the opportunity that the floor's already done. You could just go in, get some paint, and really update it and give it some new life, per se. But guys, that's it for this video. Again, stay tuned for the next 30-45 seconds. I'll just show you some more houses in this neighborhood in Santan Ranch. And again, guys, just go check out the other content that we have on our channel of everything moving to Phoenix, Arizona, and all of the suburbs. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, and yeah, we'll see you soon.